Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedlys. I'm using my double major deck today. Each card has a face, upright and reverse, major arcana only. So I want to ask about that female paramedic, and how does she feel about everything that happened and what she went through. And let's find out general energy, what we get, and then maybe I can go into some a little deeper and do some clarification. I will first do a 10 card spread. Here we go. So how does she feel? Well, we got here the King of Wands for starters. So she felt like she was in control of the situation. She felt ambitious to do it starting out. That was her initial energy. She was all in. And being all in, she was willing to do it. So that's someone who's willing to do it with passion and doing it. It's fearless passion, really. And feeling like she had total control over the situation. It was an adventure because the Wand's about adventure and growth. So she was helping and she thought she could do it. She was very, even though she knew she had to be cautious because there's a lot of yellow here. So there's caution, but yet there's this element of fearlessness here. So that is total ruler energy. So here we go. Let's get to the challenging position. The challenging position for her. Challenging position. I've got 1, 2, and 3 cards. Challenging position was a crash and burn. We have the Chariot in reverse. You could see I have an R at the corner just because sometimes people don't believe that it is the reverse. You could see the R right here. That's the crash and burn. She's standing up. That Chariot has come to a halt, and it's a total complete crash and burn, and that battle of the will has completed. No longer anxious to finish the journey, was unable to finish the journey. The journey came to a stop, which put her into isolation and loneliness. The Hermit, that would be getting captured, and everything's falling apart. There's crack, there's gloom and doom. Not knowing what to do next. There is no lighted path. Not sure of what the path is going to bring you. So being in the dark, in essence, and dealing with a Queen of Swords in reverse. This is a reverse queen because she's looking at the mirror, realizing, oh my God, that was a poor judgment call. Sword is down. Poor judgment call. So having some self-doubt and inner critic going on with that sword down. Ace of Swords down is all about, you wasted your time too. It was wasted time. It wasn't the truth. And just total poor judgment here. And there's clouds here. So that is trying to cut through the gloom and doom of the clouds. So realizing she really should not have done what she did. And in this isolated position here with obstacles of the mountains being gray mountains and not knowing if she would ever get out alive with that obstacle. And the fire represents passion, feeling passionate about probably wanting to get out of it. How do I get out of this fire that I've caught myself into? I'm caught up in the crossfire here. So really getting caught up in the crossfire in this crash and burn situation. And she was self-focused when she was doing it because she thought she had this ruler energy with the passion and control to do it. And she was wrong. It was a challenging position and it proved to be true. Let's go into the focal point here for this female paramedic. I'm just not going to say her name because I don't even know her name at this point in time. So we have here the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is going in with total force. Her feeling was, I'm going to do this. I can do this. It's fast communication. I got to get in there, get it, and get out kind of energy, and being very unconscious of the obstacles that she would face. So really, she had a lot of entitlement, a lot of too much confidence, I would say. Too much confidence. And also, they tend to be narcissists, this Knight of Swords, because they're brash, they're impulsive with their words, their actions. They go in too quickly. They rush. They don't think before they act. So she really wanted to get in there quickly and come out quickly with the tapes for Harry and Meghan. But it crashed and burned. So let's get to the root feelings here, the subconscious, and the root, hidden. What is hidden? Which is even hidden from herself, her own consciousness. What's hidden from her own consciousness? These two flipped. What's hidden from her own consciousness is she likes to do slow, steady progress with the Page of Pentacles, putting out the message. Pages are messengers. So she wanted to put out a positive message to the world. She thought she was putting out a positive message to the world, so it's not bad, it's not negative. And she thought that she could have with this world, she could level up. So she was hoping she could level up by putting out this message to the world and bring some kind of harmony to the world, bring the vision to light, let people see the battlefield, let people see what she's seeing through the camera's lens that she had anchored to her. So she thought she could do something good. So she really did think she was doing something good, but it did not turn out, and very unconscious of the obstacles, just not totally in tune with obstacles. Really confidence here, but it didn't end up so well here, and that was the challenging position, and she got that challenge. So the past position that did not serve her, what caused her to, which would lead her to, ooh, I see one that flipped. I'm going to have to grab it, you guys. Manifesting, oh boy. Okay, those flipped, and I didn't see those. So I'm going to read those before I get the next position. So subconsciously, at the root of the problem, she knew that if she could not manifest it, there would be a breakup, divorce. She knew she had to succeed. She had to succeed, bring the message to the world, manifest it, and if she did not do it, there would be a breakup, divorce. The devil in reverse. So that's how that would be her relationship with Meghan and Harry. So she realizes that they're kind of nasty. You better succeed. We're depending on you. Putting a lot on her shoulders here. So the past that no longer serves her. I didn't think that flipped, but I had to pull it. So here we go. Past that no longer serves her. Here we go. The Justice in reverse with the Queen of Pentacles, which typically, she realizes that it was poor judgment. The cause and effect was very negative for her with the Justice, and it wasn't a balancing scaled situation. The money wasn't fair. There was no balance in terms of earning the residual benefits here, I would say, with the Queen of Pentacles upright, getting the resources, gathering resources. It was just truthful. It was lies. The way she gathered the resources was a complete lie. So this goes back to what Trevor Colt is saying, that Harry was going to lie and say he was on the front field, that he was on the front line, and saying that he was on the battlefield, in essence. He was not on the battlefield. Gathering those resources of the Queen of Pentacles was a lie with that Justice and that swords down, the blindfolds down. It's not the true cause and effect. It is not how it happened. So the Justice in reverse is complete lies. This is total dishonesty of how they gathered the resources. So that goes in line. So it's truth that Harry was going to pretend he was on the front line. He was definitely going to act like, hey, I gathered this, I did it myself. No, you didn't. That's why if she didn't succeed, he was going to dump her. You're over, you're done. We have to have you succeed. And he was going to do this. She was willing to play along. Shame on her. Okay, so going into the future. Well, that sticks out. I will take it. Going into the future is waving the white flag, giving up. She had to give up. They captured her. Boom. She got captured. She had to wave that white flag. Uncle, I won't be doing this anymore, or whatever. They captured her. This is sort of waving the white flag in wars is, hey, I'm up. I'm done here. I'm waving my arm. I arrest me, take me. I shouldn't be doing this. So they took her against her better judgment. The judgment in reverse is poor judgment. You made a very poor judgment call. And this is lacking self-awareness too. So she's really didn't heed the wake-up call when she thought about it prior to doing this. She did not heed the wake-up call. So this is why she ended up in this position. So it's sort of a self-loathing position. And there's no rebirth. There's no rebirth of doing it again, and going back there and doing it again. She cannot rebirth the situation. She cannot go back there and start all over again. It is done. She was facing her soul, for Christ's sake, in the judgment upright, okay? She could have died. That's why she was in this trap, enslavement position here of isolation. So she realizes, wow, but she still is not heeding the wake-up call. So she's kind of got a grandiose sense of self, with this Knight of Swords, I would say. So she kind of falls in line with a little bit of narcissism, you know, probably unconscious. That's why she thought she could bring it to the world with that World card here, you know, and bring a message for the world. But really it's for dark purposes of the entanglement of Meghan and Harry, which is always has ongoing issues, and it's for material goods. It's for materialism. It's not for the proper, it's not for the high vibe reasons. So she sort of has that narcissist energy and unable to see clearly herself and what she's done, but she had to give up. Give up. So the next position, oh, I'm going to keep shuffling here. Feelings in the situation for the paramedic. Feelings in the situation for the paramedic. Feelings in the situation for the paramedic. There we go. Feelings in the situation is the King of Swords. Truth and justice. This King of Swords knows it all. They're all about strength and purpose and getting it out there, being that intellectual authority figure. She thought she could be an intellectual authority figure. So she thinks kind of highly of herself here. Logic. She thought she had the ability to plan ahead. She thought if she planned ahead, she can make it work. She thought she was a pillar of strength. She thought she had the authority to do it because Prince Harry hired her. She thought she was calm, solid mind, and intellectual, and if she stayed calm and cool, she can get it done. So that's how she thought she could do it. She thought, hey, I can do this, man. I'm on a mission, and I've got the intellectual, calm ability to do so. Next card we have here is the 8, the outside influences. Outside influences, well, it was the Page of Cups in reverse. That fish jumped out and onto the ground. She has a lack of inspiration at this point in time. And the Page of Cups in reverse is stuck. She got stuck, and it was immature. It was an immature idea. She got pissed. There were tantrums. And it's about escapism. She liked the idea of the escapism, the imagination. Page of Cups tends to be kind of a dreamy head. You're sort of stuck in your dream, dreamy-like kind of delightful kind of energy. But it's in reverse, so it was a very negative message, a negative message put out there. So now everyone's talking about her. And now she's stuck in it. And it was a sense of escapism for her to think that she could be this power and control individual, get the job done. Oh yeah, I can do it all right. You know, I can do it all right. I'm the King of Wands here. So yeah, she really got in her head about that whole fantasy of being like some hero. So it's sort of that, it's that hero mindset. It's that hero mentality. Of thinking she could do something super great and put out a positive message, but instead a very negative message came out, talking and revealing Harry and what they've done. And she's now revealed for what she's done. So oops, now you're in trouble. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, I'm thinking of a rap song right now, I think. Okay, I'll carry on here, Andy. All right, hopes and fears, hopes and fears, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears, hopes and fears for this situation, hopes and fears for the paramedic who got busted and captured for the benefit of Harry and Meghan and their devil energy. Okay, here we go. 2. Hopes and fears. She thought she could be the Queen of Swords and put out the truth and put out a positive message that everybody would be like, wow, you guys are great. I can't believe you were able to put out this message. It's great to get this insight from you, this truth, this integrity, that Queen of Swords energy of, you know, fair and objective reporting. You know, your intellect is fair and it's very objective and it's giving everyone hope and it's giving this intellectual support with a clear mind and perspectives. You know, but they can turn cold very easily. And she was very inspired and she thought she could really accomplish this. So her hope was to accomplish it, to get the job done and have Harry pretend that he did it so that she can receive payment. If she didn't, she would probably not likely receive payment because the devil upright is more about collecting people, collecting material goods, collecting, and entangling you and then tying you down. Here, it's a breakup divorce, so she runs a risk of not getting what benefits she thought she can get from it. So she was really thinking. She really was very confident, very, very confident individual. I could see why he felt the confidence in her so that he could lie, because he really thought this is going to be a slam dunk. This is so slam dunk because she's so confident. Let's get the final call. The final call on this paramedic. Final call on the paramedic. Please be clear. Final call on this paramedic and her last energy here, the ending energy for this. The final call, the ending, the outcome, the outcome. What is the outcome for the paramedic? Her feelings on the situation. She's now being judged. Everybody's judging the situation. Yeah, your soul's being judged at this point in time. That's right. Now she's seeing the wake-up call. She didn't see it earlier. Here, going into it, she didn't want to look at the wake-up call. She didn't want to look at the dangers and the risk and the consequences of her behavior. You could choose your behavior, but you can't choose the consequences. She didn't want to look at the consequences. Here, she's now facing the consequences. Oops, busted. So yeah, she's facing the consequences. Harry's facing the consequences. Everybody's facing the consequences. It's a total wake-up call. And they're all being judged by their character is being judged. The souls are being judged. Their character is under fire at this point in time, and so is hers. Yes. And she was being watched by angels. She's very lucky. She was definitely being watched by spirit because the angels did overlook her and make sure that she got out alive. Then we have here at the center of the situation, she realizes it was clouded judgment, the high priestess in reverse, clouded judgment. And it's a complete tower crashing to the worst degree where there's not likely to ever rebuild. So she knows her and Harry and Meghan and that whole relationship is like what she felt subconsciously is a breakup. It's a breakup because it's such a crash and burn, they can never recover from this. And she may likely never recover from this, getting involved in this. Dark, dark. And so, yeah, I would say she's not happy with the pair because it didn't succeed. She's unhappy because she failed at her mission. So had she succeeded, she would be probably thrilled. But it didn't go the way she wanted, and she's forced to look at herself now. She's forced to look at her decision. She's forced to face the consequences, the public backlash. So that is how that is reading. Pretty fun stuff. Let's get some of this. We have here the pleasure seekers. Yeah, they were seeking pleasure. It was for pleasure. She enjoyed it. She enjoyed the challenge. The challenge kind of got off. She got off on it. She enjoys the control aspect. She's a controller. And now it's their foe. They're not friends anymore. Yep. So it was pleasure seekers. They were enjoying it. There's the three amigos right there. That's like a three of cups kind of thing. It's community, being friends, working together for a cause. 3 is about building. It's about creating growth and expression. It is about connectedness of 3 people. So that would be Meghan, Harry, and her. And now they're foes. Foe is someone that's not your friend. Now it went poorly. So your friend can become your foe. So now she might be under fire because she failed, and now they can throw her under the bus and call her a liar. So this can get kind of darker where maybe this partnership here that failed end up throwing her under the bus and scapegoating her. So that could easily become a bad situation. It did become a faux situation, not a friendly situation. They started out total teamwork here. That's total creation and teamwork with the 3 people. And the 3 of them devised this. I hope you enjoyed this and have a fantastic day. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye, you guys.